American football was actually played at the Summer Olympics during the 1932 Los Angeles Olympiad. This game was played solely by collegiate American athletes. It was basically an all-star game from 6 college teams that included Cal, Stanford, and USC players against all-star athletes from Harvard, Yale, and Princeton. The goal this time is not just for an all-star game between college students, though. Currently, American football is striving for the sport to be played competitively between athletes from across the world. The first step in the process of becoming an Olympic sport is recognition as a sport from the International Olympic Committee, or IOC. Once a sport is recognized, it then moves to International Sports Federation, IF, status. American football already has an IF. To become a part of the games, the sport's IF must apply for admittance by filing a petition establishing its criteria of eligibility to the IOC. The IOC may then admit an activity into the Olympic program in one of 3 different ways, which is as a sport, as a discipline, which is a branch of a sport, or as an event, which is a competition within a discipline. For instance, triathlon was admitted as a sport, debuting at the 2000 Games in Sydney. Women's wrestling was a new discipline in the sport of wrestling at the Athens Games, and women's pole vaulting debuted in Sydney as a track and field event. Rules for admittance vary slightly between a new sport, a discipline, and an event, but the intent is all the same. American football's plan is to convince the IOC that bringing American football to the Olympics would increase the revenue made for the host city and country. They must also prove how the sport will add to the Olympic legacy and tradition while inspiring the youth at the same time. The Summer Olympic Games in Los Angeles in 2028 would be a great time to introduce American football to the Olympics. The new Los Angeles Rams and Chargers Stadium, which is called the Los Angeles Stadium at Holiday Park, would be done with construction by 2020. Therefore, there will be a top-of-the-line stadium to have the American football games held at. The new stadium will have between 70,000 to 100,000 seats. Due to American football being so prevalent in the United States, the stadium would easily be able to sell out. Since it is in the Olympics, the ticket prices for the games could be extremely inflated, and the money resulting would be unprecedented. The Olympic American football games in Los Angeles alone would boost America's economy greatly just in ticket sales, viewers, and merchandise sales, not including all of the other profits gained from it, like sponsors and concessions. Also, the bottom picture on the PowerPoint shown is of the Los Angeles Stadium at Holiday Park.